I can't wait to show you what's coming up in this episode. We are back in Wales, the land of the dragon, and we're going to be here for the next few weeks. I'm sorry for being so hyper, by the way, but the colours on this, honestly, if this doesn't move you and you don't think this is epic, I don't know what will, because I can honestly say I've never seen autumn in these colours before. This is incredible. We left Liverpool and we headed to Colwyn Bay, stayed there for 2 or 3 nights. It's just a really cool park up that we're really used to, just to kind of get our foot in on what we wanted to do here in Wales. And now we are in a very specific place that's often voted the best place in the world to see autumn.
First, we'll start with the most ugliest cafe that you've ever seen, apparently. I think that's subjective, because I would definitely live in this house.
It's called the Ugly House, this, and it's now a cafe. We're not going into the ugly house, it's shut. We were going to go in and have a brew and start the vlog there, but like everything in our life, it's closed. To get to where the trees and the autumn really does get epic, even more epic than the surrounding area that we're in now, we have to go up a single track road, and it's a really hairy road. I don't usually worry about roads, but I remember once was doing this before, and it's just a single track for about 5 miles, if I remember rightly. And so it's just all about luck, it's all about timing. So wish us luck. Here we go. She's in first, screaming.
Oh, because it's really steep, that's why. You can never pick up the steepness of a hill, can you, on camera? But
No,
it's like she's basically vertical.
She's screaming, and I don't fancy reversing her back down here. The roads are literally like van width.
Don't talk, Reese, just concentrate, because you know I get nervous.
This isn't even the start of it. Wait till you see what's coming up. This is just me stopping off because my hands were getting a bit sweaty on those, a bit nervous on those hill roads. And this shot is just unmissable. Just had to stop and just listen to the sounds across the valley, and this mist kind of just floating across this forest scene. It looks like something out of a movie. It's just incredible. The colours are just popping right across the valley. Wow. The place that we're in is just outside Betws-y-Coed in Wales, in Snowdonia National Park. Snowdonia National Park is one of the most beautiful places on earth. No questions asked, it just is. It's spectacular. Some say it challenges Scotland. In autumn, I think it does definitely challenge Scotland in terms of how beautiful it is. Anyway, wait till you see what's coming up. I'm going to show you this. You ready for round 2 on this little road?
Not really. I'm really nervous. I can't even talk when it's like this, because it's just literally all the trees are coming into the vehicle. It's that tight. It's worse than going through Cornwall, is this. It's so tight and it's so steep and it's windy. It's like everything. It's like hairpin bends, trees coming into your vehicle. It's just, yeah, it makes me panic. It's that feeling of, what if we get stuck and where do we go? What if something comes down towards us? There's literally nowhere to pull in, you know. It's really like for ages. So it just makes me nervous. I can't cope with it.
Bit hair raising, wasn't it?
Just a bit. I need a brew now, so we'll be stopping here for a brew, but we won't be staying overnight, cause guess what? It's so annoying as well, because this is like one of our favourite spots. It's an absolutely beautiful little secret spot that nobody kind of really knows about. There's never anybody parked up here. And it's one of the first spots that we ever came to when we started van life. It's absolutely beautiful. It's so peaceful. You get massive highland cow type things up here as well. You know, the ones with the big horns. And ones that I like with the big horns. One of these. I've even brought him along, look. I haven't introduced you to Terry yet, have I? This is Terry. Brought him along to meet some of his mates. But yeah, we're going to have a coffee, sit down and have a coffee, and then, yeah, show you this absolutely beautiful spot.
When she says beautiful, as I say, I've calmed down a bit now, I'm not as hyper, but when she says beautiful, we really do mean beautiful. I remember the first time that we saw this spot, and I remember us just kind of stood there for probably a few minutes, just kind of staring before either of us said anything. And we were just like, holy hell, this is, we just couldn't believe it. Flabbergasted, I think, were the word. So we're deep into kind of Snowdonia National Park now. The silence, you know, when they say silence is deafening, it really is. Yeah, that just absolute silence. Let's have a brew, get Gretel the kettle on, and then we'll take you around and show you this. This is Uncle Albert, and Uncle Albert has to be moved from the back to the front every time we want to drive somewhere because there's nowhere for him to live. A tenner on market a couple of vlogs ago. I can't play it and he's missing a string. He lives in front now.
He's loved by somebody now though, isn't he?
Yeah. Come on, Uncle Albert, get in.
It's a bit squelchy.
Is it a bit muddy? Where's your raincoat? You haven't got your raincoat on.
I'm appropriately dressed as always, Reese. Don't know what your problem is.
Look at her dressed at nines going through this, going through wilderness. I'm here like an Arctic explorer with all my gear on, and she's there.
I can't do it.
Fancy boots on and a little chihuahua.
I can't do it because I buy these, like I've got a raincoat and everything, and I buy these things and I think, oh, that'd be really good because when it rains, but literally the only time I'm going to put that on is when it is absolutely siling it down and I'm literally going to be drenched through to the bone just to walk to a cafe or back to the van, because it's not going to happen otherwise, because I'm just like, yeah, I'm not that person, do you know what I mean? I would admit that I do probably need some walking shoes though. I would admit that. But every time I get any, they just rub me like Hummer, so it's really awkward. Look at my shoes. They're all wet. Oh, yuck.
Well guys, after all that, we can't see anything because of the cloud.
I'm really disappointed.
They'll be disappointed and all.
I am really disappointed. I'm having one of those disappointing days. Do you know where you're just like, nothing's going as expected? Yeah. It still looks nice, but it's not, like you can see for miles normally, can't you? Absolutely miles.
You can see the cloud kind of coming through there. Normally you can see right across Snowdonia.
Are we abandoning? Let's embrace it and let's just abandon. Let's go back to the van and abandon this, I think. It's too wet.
Well, we're going to abandon it. Sometimes you just have to kind of move with what you've got, don't you, and just embrace it and kind of move on, which is really disappointing because the views are normally spectacular. They're normally stunning, and with these colours, with these bright, vivid oranges and yellows, and the leaves are just absolutely blooming. It's really disappointing is that we didn't kind of get to fully experience it, but it's too squelchy, like our feet are absolutely sodden. So we're gonna move with it, we're gonna roll with it, and we're gonna see what else we can find.
Normally I would have embraced something like that, you know. I would have just sat out in the rain. Because I've been poorly and I'm not yet better fully. and everything's still aching. I just don't feel like it. Normally I'd just sit out and enjoy the rain, you know, like dancing in the rain. You just enjoy it, don't you? It's part of nature, isn't it? But I'm just not feeling it today. Oh, you're so lucky you've got me though, because there ain't many wives that have put up with being dragged through squelchy mud. I'm aching.
What are you laughing at?
You're like a drowned rat. You're absolutely drenched. You are like a drowned rat.
I know, I'm absolutely drenched. Look at me. Look like I'm on an expedition. Feels like I'm on an expedition. Here comes Ranger. Feels like I'm on an expedition out here at the minute in the wilds of Wales. It's raining. All my shots are ruined. My coat's drenched. This isn't even a raincoat anyway. My jumper's drenched as well. I've got my trainers on that actually are not waterproof whatsoever.
Ranger will be here to tell us to move on now. To check
Yeah,
we're
he'll
not
be like,
staying
oh, you
overnight.
can't park here. What do you think you're doing? He's drove on, he's gone past. He can't be bothered either. He's had enough.
Oh, I'm just fed up. If something bad happens, not that this is really bad because it's just a bit of rain and it's been a bit pathetic, I know. When something happens, like you're looking forward to going somewhere, I love this place. I feel so chilled out and relaxed when I come here, and I've been so poorly for the past few weeks. And all I wanted to do was come here, park up, enjoy them beautiful views, listen to you play your flute, stand by the lake, see all the beautiful autumn colours, and then that cafe that I've wanted to go to for ages, because every time we come it's always shut. And then we pull up, the cafe is open, we go in, and the guy comes out and says, oh, sorry, we're not letting you come in because we've decided to shut because we've only had 2 people in today. Because clearly every single customer doesn't count. And it wasn't like he were going home. He literally stood outside smoking for the next half an hour instead of just serving us and get a cup of coffee. You know, and we'd come a long way. So I were annoyed about that because I really wanted to go there. And then we come up here and there's no camping anymore, sign out. Because government's obsessed with putting camping signs everywhere. In fact, they're obsessed with signs of any description. There are literally signs for every single thing that you can and can't do, and it gets on my nerves sometimes. We have to drive 20 mile an hour everywhere because that's the speed limit in Wales, which is literally like you might as well walk. And then you go over to the lake and it's like a bog. And then you say to me, oh, let's just sit out. Normally you'd sit out and just do it anyway. Well, I don't feel like doing it anyway, so I'm not going to do it anyway. I'm sitting here, I'm having my bloody coffee because I'm fed up with it all, and that's the way it is. And sometimes you have to embrace the change and you have to just do it anyway. And other times you have to say, stuff it, I don't feel like it. No matter how much of a positive person you are, you just feel exasperated with it. And you want to go to Spain where everybody just says everything's okay and smile and have fun, and that's what you want to do because you get fed up of it. And I know now I've got the next 3 months of miserable weather, probably longer. So I'm in one of those I'm going to feel sorry for myself modes. You see, when it's like this, all you want to do is curl up in your van, get a nice little park up in the middle of the woods, curl up, get all your candles going, get really cosy and watch the world pass by like through the window. That's what you want to do, watch all little wildlife come out and stuff like that. But that don't make very good viewing for you. So we're not going to do that. We're going to move on.
We've come further down the road now to Betws-y-Coed itself. Beautiful, beautiful place. So disappointed that we didn't get to film up there in that little spot, like in the middle of the forest. You really are out in the wild there. We've been there before, which is why we knew what to expect. And the disappointment, we're just like, oh no. So, start again. Let's start again. Welcome back to the channel. Let's do Betws-y-Coed.
Wow, look at that. You won't be swimming in there today.
Apologies for the audio, we've had to put most of the camera equipment away, so if the audio's really bad, that's why, but it's all we can do in this kind of, it's just absolutely siling it down, which is so unfortunate.
Just really wet.
Oh, there's a hoodie for you, look, Emma. There's a Highland cow on it with Moody. That's you, that's what you need. So as we were saying, we're going to do Wales properly, we're going to explore Wales. Hopefully the weather's going to improve over the next few weeks that we do actually explore Wales. Otherwise, you're going to have a lot of footage of us looking like two drowned rats.
Sat in a van, not doing anything.
But we're gonna explore it properly. We're gonna answer the questions as well that van lifers have got about Wales at the minute. The 20-mile-an-hour speed limit. Can you still park up in Wales in a van? Is it still possible? All those kind of questions. So we'll see over the next few weeks how we get on. But it's gonna be epic, obviously.
Coffee and a blanket.
Coffee and a blanket sounds great.
Like a plan, doesn't it?
Definitely.
Coffee and a blanket. Oh, it's cool. Look at this. Look. They've got jumpers for you to come and take whilst you're having your coffee, so your dog doesn't get cold. That is really cool, isn't it? That I've never seen that before. Ever, I've seen blankets for them, but I've never seen that before. Yes, I can feel them. Need a blanket to put over my knees. I have to sit up this bit. I'm happy now I've got a blanket. Well, loves me not. Loves me. It loves me not. Is that because I've been moody?
It's because you've been moody. Like that Highland cow on that t-shirt. Everybody needs to chip in, and we all need to buy Emma that t-shirt because she needs to wear it. She needs to wear that t-shirt. It was made just for her, made just for you. Guess what you're getting for Christmas?
Highland cow t-shirt.
Highland cow t-shirt.
I won't complain.
That says moody on it.
I'm never moody. Well, occasionally, but not that often. I'm quite a positive person normally. You know, you got to give a girl a break. You know, I've been poorly, man. Come on.
This is how amazing my wife is. Look, she's got us a pizza to share, and a coffee each.
And a sausage for the dog.
And a sausage for Daisy.
They're good here, they're right dog friendly.
Proper autumn cosy vibes, this now, innit? Oh, the heater's gone off.
Oh no, did you put that on?
Just taking the lid off my coffee, and it's not a coffee, it's an autumn hot chocolate. That was absolutely delicious. So we're going to go back to the van now. We're not quite sure what to do. It's still really raining. I'm guessing we're probably going to go find a park up. But Betws-y-Coed is well worth checking out. It's a beautiful place in Wales. Just we can't film much of it because of rain. Oh, what fun, beautiful autumn. British weather really is, isn't it? It's times like this we really start to miss Spain, but this autumn kind of vibe is really, really cosy. It's just blooming difficult to film.
Yeah, you don't mind it when you're tucked up, do you? And you've got your candles on and stuff like that. It's quite nice because you look out a window, and that's the awesome thing about van life, is kind of you're in the middle of every season. Do you know what I mean? You experience every season. You know, you totally feel it and experience it. And when it's autumn like this and it's raining and you're looking out a window and all rain's coming down, it's lovely. It's really nice. It pitter patter on the roof and all that.
Pitter patter.
It's lovely, isn't it?
Pitter patter, picture pepper on a. What's that? What's that
Peter
rhyme?
Piper.
Peter Piper picked a pepper, didn't he? We've still not kind of got to why I really, really want to be in this area to begin with. It's not going to happen if the weather doesn't change drastically tomorrow. So we're praying for a miracle. My feet are wet. We're praying for a miracle, because if it does happen, I really, really want to do it. And there's a reason why I want to kind of go to this specific place. But I won't spoil it for you, because if it doesn't happen, then there's no point showing you. But yeah, we're going to, like I say, be exploring Wales. So if you've got any kind of really good suggestions of where we can go, what we can see in Wales.
Hidden gems.
Hidden gems. You know what we're like. No kind of, I don't want to go to Cardiff. No offence, Cardiff.
Stuff, do you know?
Not going there. But yeah, then drop it in the comments, let us know, and we'll see if we can check it out.
And we'll see if we can turn this around.
See if we can turn it around.
Say, if life throws you eggs, make an omelette, something like that.
Yeah, lemonade, isn't it? If life gives you a lemon, make lemonade.
Oh, you see, there's another one.
See, she's smiling now, isn't she? So that's good. We probably aren't giving you a full tour of Betws-y-Coed, as I say, because the camera equipment's away again, which is why this part of the audio is probably terrible. But it's all we can do apart from not film it at all. And why would you do that? But if you like hiking, if you like kind of your outdoor stuff, there's a lot of those shops here. It's got really cosy vibes. It's a lovely little town. Breathtaking views when it's clear across the valleys of Snowdonia and the mountains and the forests and rivers and what have you. It's just there ain't a right lot to see because we can't blooming see it.
And we're not very well prepared. You know, we walk past people with all their
umbrellas,
go outdoors, regatta-y coats and all that stuff, you know, and the wellies and everything.
Wellies.
Walking boots and.
I love that word.
Yeah, it's not me, is it? I'm more like concerned with feeling like myself than I am about being dry.
All right, Romany's here. Let's get a park up. Forgot what it was called then in my van life. I'm forgetting what it's called. A park up. We've still got an hour on the ticket actually, but which is a shame. But there's no else to do here really. We're just getting wetter and wetter. Let's move. Emma's just nipped into the co-op to get some water because we're out of water. I really need a shower, but I've had a look. We could set it up on the back, it's just really kind of awkward. I really need a shower, so I'm looking for kind of any kind of public showers, leisure centres, stuff like that. There's a really cool tree here that's like an illusion. Look at this tree. That's mad, isn't it? I don't know what kind of tree that is. Look at that, colours popping on that. That's crazy, isn't it? Yeah, we think we've spotted a park up for the night. Again, so sorry about the audio. It will be better tomorrow, will the audio? It's just, we can't get all the equipment out, so it's just getting drenched. Yeah, we think we've spotted a park up for the night. It's nothing spectacular, really. Only because it's the lights dropping on. I don't fancy driving right into the middle of Snowdonia National Park in the dark, just because why make your life difficult? So there's a little kind of lay-by that looks quite okay, and it kind of sets us up for what's hopefully coming up tomorrow. I'm just about to check the weather forecast and see how we're looking, and I'm just keeping my fingers crossed.
So, first things first, where are we? What else has gone wrong and what we're doing next? Well, I had a great night's sleep last night, which is unusual for me. Woke up this morning, really positive. We're going to go out there, we're going to do this thing that we've been waiting to do. We're going to have a fantastic day. Open the van door, sun not shining, but sun's out. You know, it's not raining, that's a bonus. I'm like, right, Reese, get everything ready. Come on, we're going. just to find out.
They've shut the path off to where we were going to go to. You can't make this up, can you? Sometimes things don't go to plan, do they? And you've just kind of got to make the best of it. We're not planners anyway, but we have a rough idea of what kind of we're going to, you know, what we're going to do, what we're going to film. Otherwise we'd just be sat in van like wondering where to go, won't we? And sometimes things just don't go to plan, and that's just life. So we've come a bit further down the road now. I'm going to put it on. I'm not even going to try and pronounce it. I don't want to offend anybody. To this place. We're going to explore a little bit around here before we move kind of through Wales, really, before we continue through Snowdonia National Park and beyond. But this place looks really cool, and it's one of the most photographed places, certainly on other social media sites, and you'll know it when you see it.
So regardless of the fact that life's thrown me a curveball, and I'm always teaching this and preaching it to everybody, life throws you curveballs. Sometimes you wake up, sometimes it's a really big deal and something horrible happens. Sometimes it's a small thing like the rain coming down and not being able to do what you want to do. And I'm always telling people, you know, take a deep breath, reset yourself and start again, because otherwise you get into this cycle where it's like one thing after another goes wrong. You'll notice today Reese has lost his nose stud because that came out in the middle of the night just to add to everything else, and we can't find it. One thing goes wrong after another, and it's like a perpetuating cycle. But you can break that. I'm always telling people you can break it. So I'm practicing what I preach, taking a deep breath, giving the van a good clear out, sorted out all the washing that needs doing and everything, because you always feel better, don't you, if you have a fresh start, have a clear out, you feel better, clears your mind out. So I've done that, and now we've got this lovely town to go and explore and just see what there is, have a wander around. I think we've actually been here before, but I'm not 100% because memory's not great. But we're going to have a great day, and the things that we wanted to do, even better, because now you can look forward to it. Next vlog.
I don't know if that sound picked up on the end of that clip. It's one of those RAF fighter planes. I think we are going to do the Mach Loop. If you don't know what the Mach Loop is, wait till you see what's coming up in the next few weeks. I once went there with my mum, and the plane comes around the mountain and it shakes your feet. It's incredible. Emma hasn't experienced that yet, so I want to give her that experience. So that's kind of coming up in the future.
We had a great park up last night. Found this little place. It's a really big car park, loads of space, right next to a park, absolutely gorgeous. We've actually got toilets and stuff here as well, which is really handy. Old-fashioned style pavilion type thing, really nice. There is actually a massive log cabin as we drove down towards it, but it seems to be all sort of boarded up, which is a bit weird. I wonder why nobody's living there, but yeah, it's really nice. Good park up, free, you know, bins, that sort of thing. So we're on a winner, we're on a winner.
I really love Wales for like the nostalgic vibes, because I used to come to Wales on holiday a lot with my mum. So memories of holidays long ago always brings those vibes back, even in the autumn. You ever go to Wales when you were a kid? Getting up at 3:30 in the morning to go to Wales on holiday. This is the place that's normally in full bloom. We've missed it in full autumn bloom, which is gutting. But you might have seen this on other social media sites. I'll try and get the shot to remind you. I'll stick it on what it normally looks like in bloom. That's a shame. It's actually a tea room, is this, where you can grab a coffee, but we're going to keep moving further into town, I think, before we grab a coffee, because I've just had one, so I don't need one. Being just greedy, that, innit, having more than one coffee. Look at this. Never ever fails to blow you away, does it, Wales? Ever. So that's the shot you might have seen on other social media, and normally all this here is all like just full of autumn beautiful colours. Wouldn't have thought we'd have missed it, but different trees and different things like go into those autumn colours at different times, don't they? So you never kind of get everything in full bloom.
For anyone that watches us regularly, you'll know that I have a massive aversion to planning absolutely anything. And before we came off on this sort of trip to Wales, we'd had a discussion, and Reese were like, you know, oh, I want to get autumn, I want to really capture autumn, you know, I want that feel, that vibe to it. And I'm like, don't plan anything, don't plan anything. And no, he got it in his head what he wanted. And then we'd come, and then like one thing after another has just gone against us. And I think that's almost like life's little lesson, isn't it? To teach you to, you know, maybe not be as paranoid about planning as I am, but, you know, not have too many expectations in life. Just let life take you wherever it takes you. And so what started out as being an autumn vlog has kind of ended up being one of those vlogs where it's more about a lesson, really, of, you know, life and how things go wrong sometimes, and you've just got to pick yourself up and keep going, you know. I've got a friend at the moment who's going through an awful lot, and I've been talking to her about how sometimes you just got to collect your thoughts and you don't really have an option. There's no pause button on life, is there? There's no opt-out button. So, you know, you've just got to keep going, really. That it's not about a choice in it. You've just got to keep going and pushing through. And when you sort of take a deep breath and you reflect a little bit and you think about, you know, what's your part in why life's going wrong, or, you know, what are you doing that you could do differently? And you just kind of let life take you wherever it takes you. That's when you sometimes have the best times and the best adventures. And so, yeah, I think that's ended up what this vlog's basically going to be about.
Wales has taught me a lesson, hasn't it? It were going to be epic for this. It were going to be autumn like you've never seen it before. Autumn like you've never seen it before. It were going to be brilliant, fantastic thumbnail. And it's just like, sometimes you can't plan, can you? And you've just got to see the funny side of it, because it's like, you know, you couldn't make it up, really. It's Wales. Wales always seems to teach us a lesson. I'm not planning anything else now while we're in Wales. That's it. It's just going to be what happens. Whenever you come to Wales and whenever you try and plan and shoot in something, I think because the weather changes that quickly, especially around Snowdonia, that it just never happens. You can never plan for it. You'll notice the thumbnail though, still into disaster. I could have done kind of absolute disaster in Wales, and then you find out it's only because it's raining. I didn't get my autumn shot. But I'm not going to do. It'll be called something pleasant, probably something like Wales taught us a lesson, or this is what we learned from Wales, or even something like this will teach us not to plan anything. Look at this. This is cool, isn't it? Beautiful place. We're also telling you that we're going to kind of put down what it's called, and I ain't got a clue where we are, have you?
No,
Don't even know.
I think it's a Llan something or other.
Don't try and pronounce it.
Llewellyn's?
Lanwurst. I'm going to go with
Oh, I
Lanwurst.
don't know.
Lanwrst. Lanwurst. Tell us the
I'm
pronunciation of that if you
dyslexic, and
can.
the Wales is not the place for me when you're dyslexic. Anyway, charity
Cool little
shops.
place, though, isn't it?
Look in yourself in the mirror.
No, I've just got this new jacket. Look at this. That's why I always say, shop in charity shops. Right little gem, that, isn't it?
Nice and cosy.
Yeah,
isn't
look
it?
at that. Nice fleece lined. Don't have an inside pocket, but which is always handy, isn't it? But never mind, it's all right. It's a good little jacket, that.
Stood here admiring himself. Cross here.
That's a lovely little place, however you pronounce that. It's a lovely place. A couple of little charity shops, few cafes, your kind of typical Welsh slate kind of buildings, and obviously, as we all know, I keep going on about it, the beautiful autumn colours popping around the valley. We didn't bother going in that famous kind of tea room that I was talking about because it's quite expensive for just a coffee. We're going to move on and just kind of carry on exploring before we finish the vlog. There's no plan at all, which, as we've learned, or I've learned from this episode, is probably for the best. We've still got a few hours before it gets dark to find the next park up. So it's about 12:30, 1 o'clock, so we've got a few hours of exploring to do. Easy, you're going to get yourself trapped there. What are you doing? Right, let's get you inside. Uncle Albert's getting a bit tedious to move about now. I might have made a mistake. Where shall I put Uncle Albert, Emma?
You really want me to answer that question?
Yeah. Your twigs are getting damaged. Still waiting for them to dry out. Somewhere sensible. That doesn't break. Vents are done. Off we go. Should we fasten you in? We're going now.